So, Japan didn't invent trains, but wow, did they take them to the next level. And I mean that literally, 320 kilometers an hour kind of next level. Step onto a train in Japan and it's game over. You'll probably find yourself thinking, why don't all trains work like this? It's that good. Whether you're zooming across the country on a Shinkansen, feeling like you're in some futuristic sci-fi movie, or just chilling on a local train, you can count on one thing. It's going to be spotless, super safe, ridiculously on time, and just an all-around smooth ride. Here's the deal. Japan's train system is basically a magic carpet ride on rails. You can explore the whole country without ever needing a car. And the best part? There are special train passes, like the legendary Japan Rail Pass, that let you travel everywhere for less than $50 a day. Yes, even on the Shinkansen. Now, I know Japan has a rep for being tricky to navigate if you don't speak Japanese, but honestly, even the smallest stations have English signs. Plus, there are apps, pocket translators, and super friendly staff who actually want to help, which, let's be real, isn't always the case everywhere. And yeah, Japan has a lot of train lines, almost overwhelmingly so. But don't stress, it's way easier than it looks. Here's everything you need to know to ride the trains in Japan. Now, trains in Japan? They're everywhere. Seriously, throw a dart at a map, and there's probably a train that'll get you close to wherever it lands. But the real MVP? The Shinkansen. This bad boy is Japan's famous bullet train, and it's basically teleportation, but with seats and snack carts. The Shinkansen runs all the way from Hokkaido in the north down to Tokyo Station. But here's where it gets a little choose-your-own-adventure. You want to go west? You switch trains at Tokyo Station and hop on another Shinkansen that zips through Nagoya, Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, and down to Kyushu. If you're hitting all the major tourist spots, congratulations. You'll be spending a lot of time on these futuristic speed machines. Now, let's slow things down a bit, because not everything needs to be a high-speed blur. Enter the limited express trains. The name might sound fancy, but all it really means is they don't stop at every tiny station in the middle of nowhere. These are great for reaching places that don't have Shinkansen service, and bonus, many of them go through some stunning countryside. So don't just ignore them because they're not breaking the sound barrier. And then, you've got the local trains. These are the slowest ones, and sometimes, it's literally just one car chugging along like it's on a scenic joyride. And what about rapid trains? Well, they're kind of like local trains that had a bit too much coffee. Same idea, but they skip a few stops to get you there a little faster. Now, let's talk about city trains. If you're staying in Tokyo, Osaka, or any other big city, you'll be using a mix of urban rail, commuter trains, and subways. These work pretty much like what you're used to back home, except the maps can look like a rainbow exploded on them. But don't panic. A lot of the big cities have made things easier with color coding and station codes, so you don't need to be a kanji expert to find your way. And let's be real, your phone's map app is about to be your best friend. But here's where things get fun. Joyful trains. No, seriously, that's what they're called. These are special tourist trains, and they mostly run on weekends and holidays, taking you through Japan's beautiful countryside. Some are pulled by old-school steam engines, while others have cool themes, like the Koshi no Shukura, a train all about sake. Yes, you heard that right. A train that serves sake. Then there's the JR Kyushu train, which is all jazz-themed, and the JR SL Gunma, which looks like something straight out of a classic train movie. Now, when it comes to trains in Japan, the big boss, like the godfather of locomotion, is Japan Rail, or JR. But here's the twist. JR isn't just one company. Nope, it's actually a whole squad of smaller companies like JR East, JR West, JR Central. You get the idea. But unless you're using a JR pass that's locked to one specific region, don't stress about it. Just think of them all as JR and call it a day. Now, beyond JR, there's a whole bunch of other train companies running everything from massive regional networks to tiny lines that seem to exist just to connect, like 3 stations and someone's grandma's house. But heads up, these aren't part of JR, so don't go flashing your JR pass expecting it to work like a golden ticket. I know what you're thinking. What the heck is a JR pass? Well, let me break it down. Japan has this thing called the JR Pass, and if you're a visitor, it's basically your golden ticket to unlimited train travel across the country. Sounds great, right? But before you get too excited, there's a bit of a process to it, so let me explain. First off, you can't just waltz into Japan and buy a JR Pass like it's a pack of gum. Nope. You've got to plan ahead. You buy something called an exchange voucher before you even get there, up to 3 months in advance. Then, when you arrive, you trade that voucher for the actual pass. Kind of like a secret club initiation, but instead of a secret handshake, you just hand over a piece of paper at a train station. Once you've got the pass, you can ride most JR trains as much as you want for however long it's valid. Now, is it worth it? That depends. If you're doing a round trip, like Tokyo to Kyoto and back, and you're squeezing that into a week, then yeah, this pass is a steal. But if you're mostly sticking to Tokyo or just one region, like Kansai, Osaka, Kyoto, Nara, or Kyushu, a regional pass might be the better deal. It's usually cheaper than the full JR pass, but make sure you won't suddenly decide to hop over to Tokyo, otherwise you're back to square one. And let's talk about IC cards because these are absolute lifesavers. Instead of fumbling with tickets every time you take a train, you just tap your card, hop on, and tap again when you get off. Think of them like London's Oyster card or San Francisco's Clipper card, same idea. Japan's got a bunch of different ones, Suica, Pasmo, Ikoka, but they all work pretty much the same. And the best part? They work almost everywhere, so if you get a Pasmo card in Tokyo, you can still use it in Osaka or Sapporo without a problem. Imagine if your New York Metro card suddenly worked in LA. That's the level of convenience we're talking about. Now, let's talk about train tickets. Unlike flights, train prices in Japan don't fluctuate. Whether you book a week in advance or 5 minutes before departure, the price stays the same. No surprise fees, no only 3 seats left at this price nonsense. Just straight up consistent pricing. Now, when it comes to actually getting your ticket, you've got 2 options, the machine or the counter. And unless you enjoy long lines and an impromptu game of charades with a ticket agent who may or may not speak English, do yourself a favor, use the machine. It's quick, easy, and best of all, won't silently judge you for frantically pointing at maps. Speaking of maps, above the ticket machines, you'll see this giant spaghetti-looking thing covered in station names and numbers. If you're lucky, there's an English version. If not, no worries. Each station has a number under it. That's the fare in yen. Just find your destination, note the number, punch that amount into the machine, and boom, you've got your ticket. No need to select a specific train, time, or sign away your soul. Just pay and go. But let's say you have no clue what you're doing. No problem. Just buy the cheapest ticket you see. Sounds like a scam, but hear me out. Every station has a fare adjustment machine. When you arrive at your destination, just stick your ticket in and it'll tell you how much extra you owe. Pay up and you're good. No drama, no getting stuck behind the gate like a confused tourist. Now, if you've got a JR pass, you can skip all that. Just flash it at the manned gate like you're a VIP and stroll through. But here's the catch. If you're taking the Shinkansen, you do need a separate ticket. Don't panic though, because you can grab it from a machine for free. And those machines? They've got an English button. Now, maybe you're feeling brave and want to use the ticket counter. Bold move. But be warned, you'll probably need some basic Japanese or, at the very least, excellent miming skills. You'll have to tell them where you're going, how many people, what time, if you want a reserved or green car seat, and if you prefer smoking or non-smoking. Expect a lot of pointing at screens, confused nodding, and possibly some existential regret. So if you're short on time or sanity, just stick to the machines. Alright, ticket secured. Now what? At the ticket gate, just slide your ticket in, strip facing down. The machine will spit it back out, grab it, and keep moving. But if you're at your final stop, that ticket is gone forever. No need to fight the machine, it's not coming back. If you've got a JR pass, you'll have to go through the manned gate again, which sometimes means waiting in line. So, pro tip. If you're catching the Shinkansen, always get a ticket for the train after the one you're aiming for. They show up every 10 minutes anyway, and it gives you time to grab snacks. Because, trust me, you want train snacks. Finding your platform is a breeze. Everything's labeled in Japanese and English, and right past the ticket gates, there's a huge display showing train times and platforms. If you've got a Shinkansen or Rapid Express ticket, look at the number under the date and time. Match it to the display and you're golden. No guesswork required. Now let's talk about actually boarding the train. If you're picturing some chaotic last-minute sprint to find your seat, relax. Japan runs on efficiency. The platforms have neatly marked spots showing where each car will stop, so just find your car number, it's on your ticket, and stand in the right place. When the train pulls up, the doors will line up perfectly, and you can step in like a seasoned pro. For slower local trains, it's a bit more of a free-for-all. If you're traveling during rush hour, prepare to get up close and personal with about 50 strangers. If you can avoid it, do yourself a favor and wait. Trust me, you don't want to start your day squished like a human sardine. Now once you're on, luggage goes in the racks above you or at the designated spots. If you're in an unreserved car, grab any empty seat. If you have a reserved seat, don't wander. Just go straight to your number like you own the place. And look, if you're in an unreserved seat but you somehow end up in the reserved section, that's fine as long as you're ready to move when the rightful owner shows up. No drama needed. Just a polite "sumimasen," flash your ticket, and the other person will probably apologize to you like they personally ruined your day. That's just how Japan rolls. But here's the thing. Japanese trains aren't exactly designed for hauling massive suitcases. On some, you even need a reservation for oversized bags. So do yourself a favor and use Yamato's luggage shipping service. You know, the one with the black cat logo. For just 10 to 20 bucks, they'll send your bags straight to your destination. No need to lug them around like a pack mule. Now, about the station announcements. On slower trains, they're often only in Japanese. And if you're expecting a nice clear "this is Takayama Station," think again. It's more like a rapid-fire "Takayama desu," mixed in with other announcements. So here's a tip. Keep an eye out the window as the train pulls in. The station signs are both Japanese and English, so just double-check before you leap off. Speaking of leaping off, don't take your sweet time. These trains do not wait. The doors open, people get off, people get on, doors close, and boom, the train is gone. So make sure you've got all your stuff and be ready to move. And that's pretty much it. Japanese trains are smooth, efficient, and honestly pretty fun once you get the hang of them. Just be considerate, keep things clean and quiet, and you'll fit right in. Oh, and most importantly, don't be that tourist. You know the one. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, and turn on post notifications so you never miss a thing.